Hallo mein Lieber, und willkommen zurück zu Genshin Impact. Ich musste letztes Mal leider sehr schnell aufhören, weil ich was zu tun hatte und konnte deswegen nicht aufnehmen. Deswegen nehmen wir heute wahrscheinlich den Rest auf. Ja, ich bin noch immer krank, meine Stimme ist noch immer vercrackt. Ich weiß, meine Haare sehen komisch aus. Hab sehr viele Zöpfe drin, weil, warum nicht? Wir müssen zur Barré-Gesellschaft, bei der wir ja ein bisschen herausfinden sollen, weil Wriothesley und Traveler finden, dass diese ziemlich sass sind. Und schauen wir mal, wie es weitergeht.
It's just as Wriothesley said. Seems like durch is no longer here. You said you felt there was something off about this place, right? So let's see if we can feel something out. Paimon will do her best to help.
Versuchen wir erst einmal mit ihnen zu reden.
Wait, you guys are...
We're really sorry. We just realized that we lost something, and we figured we might have left it here by accident. We'll be on our way as soon as we find it.
Oh, okay.
Hat jemand zufällig eine Glasflasche gesehen? Okay.
Nobody?
Ungefähr so groß wie meine Hand.
It's okay. There's no need to be nervous. It's not like we lost a whole bag of more or anything. We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse of it. We're not going to tell Wriothesley anything, don't worry.
I'll go find Mr. Douchier.
No need. We're just looking for something. Why does he have to know?
Sieht so aus, als hätten sie alle Angst vor etwas.
We can look around for it, yeah?
Das ist sehr verdächtig, okay. Das ist verdächtiger als gedacht. Gehen wir zu dem breiten Typen. Vegas.
Hey, big guy.
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath and let it all out.
Oh yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner.
Warum bist du plötzlich nicht mehr so energisch wie früher?
I ate something earlier, so I'm falling into a bit of a food coma, and I mean, not everyone can be super upbeat all the time, right? You're looking for something, you said? I didn't see it, but it should be somewhere nearby.
Der hat Tonnenschiss vor irgendetwas. Aus der Lehre weiß ich, 1, 2, 3. Ich glaube, aus der Lehre weiß am meisten so. Dann gehen wir zu Mehr.
Are you still organizing the bookshelves?
Yeah, and... I'm sorry. But you can't check out the books right now.
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't you super friendly just a moment ago?
Sorry.
Da ist doch irgendwas im Busch, sag mal. Ossele.
Hey, hello? Anyone home?
Piep, papu, piep.
Hello? How can I help you?
Kannst du dir etwas mehr über eure Gesellschaft erzählen?
The Barré Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its members, and, I mean, you've already heard my spiel. I don't know anything beyond what I've already told you.
You don't know anything?
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just... there's nothing more I can tell you.
Okay.
Okay, Paimon sees what you meant now.
Seems
Seems like they really don't want to talk to us, so let's just head back.
Hi, Typ. Hallo, Wriothesley.
Oh, you're back. How are things at their headquarters?
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
Sie sahen alle sehr verängstigt aus.
That would prove my suspicions. The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Genau wie der Typ, der sich in der Kiste versteckte.
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw him at the gathering place. Actually, hasn't he just been acting super paranoid since we first met?
And
Das
that's
stimmt auch.
precisely why I took his hat.
Oh, so the one who started it all
Okay.
was you all along!
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really going on. I don't believe any of Dugier's talk about unstable mental states.
Wie lange hast du das schon untersucht?
Not too long. Dugier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. But I don't know. It almost feels like the performance was too elaborate.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why don't you just take the whole society into custody? Aren't you
Gute
the
Frage.
Duke? You can do whatever you want in this place.
Well, maybe you're actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just give me the word and I'll hand you the cuffs. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create down here. And I've always striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
That sounds a bit deep. Paima's not sure she got all of it.
Seine Taten und Werte werden von Leuten hier nachgeahmt.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain expectations of justice and order. And that's why even though Dugier had already let a few things slip, I didn't want to turn on him without irrefutable evidence.
Alright, so you're saying Dugier has figured out some way to control the members of his society. And even though the members are acting all optimistic and motivated, it's all just a show.
Was ist sein Motiv?
Indeed. He certainly seems to be using some coercive methods to turn his members into the most upbeat and motivated group of people you've ever seen. And that won't turn out well in the long run. I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during our visit. The line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite.
Fish? Bite?
Let's give them some time. My guards will need it to finish their investigation, too. You can find me in my office when the time comes.
Okay.
Hey, don't just leave before you've explained everything
Die
to
Frage,
Paima.
die ich mir jetzt nur stelle, ne, sind wir jetzt gerade noch Häftlinge oder nicht? Das ist meine Frage. Weil wir haben in der Welt-Quest waren wir keine Gefangenen mehr. In der Quest waren wir sozusagen auch keine Gefangenen mehr. Aber jetzt sind wir ja hier und wir können alles hier erkunden und bla bla bla. Also sind wir wieder Gefangene oder doch
Wriothesley's
nicht?
probably wrapped up his investigation.
Aber warum sollten wir uns
Paima
mit
has no
der
idea what that guy's
Barriergesellschaft
thinking. Let's just go
auseinandersetzen,
find him and ask him what he's really up
wenn
to.
wir eigentlich eigentlich gar nichts damit zu tun haben? Wisst ihr, weil wir dann gar nicht hierher gehören. Und es ist ein bisschen durcheinander, was das angeht. Ich muss unbedingt meine Nase putzen, merke ich gerade. Ah, falscher Knopf. Da. Ich freue mich aber schon sehr auf die Quest, weil der nächste Akt wird der letzte Akt und ich freue mich extremst drauf. Und ich hoffe, er dauert lange. Ich will ein paar geile Folgen raushauen. Wriothesley!
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with the society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far and go over any sticking points. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a
Okay,
good
Nase
point.
geputzt.
Could whatever they're afraid of
Stimme
be so
verbessert sich nur nicht.
powerful that
Naja,
even
egal.
you won't be able to do anything about it?
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them.
Sie glauben, du seist, du gehst komplett. Ich hatte gerade einen Hustanfall, Alter. Sie glauben, du seist, du gehst Komplize.
Yes, something like that. Dugier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side. So it became imperative for me to refute that and prove my true stance. Of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present. There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
Das
That
stimmt.
makes sense. Wait, then does that mean it was all Paimon's fault?
Wenn du es so sagst.
The last thing that guy wanted was for Dugier to find out that he'd lost it. He would have never brought the matter up on his own. But now, not only has Dugier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that we were the ones who found it. That likely set his internal alarms off all at once.
Ihre Barette müssen etwas verbergen.
Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain the fear. If we didn't act right then and there, Dugier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to square one. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty satisfied with the results.
Ah, so you did that on purpose?
Yes, that's right. Of course, that box was discovered as part of our investigation of the Society from the very beginning. I had no way to know if any of the members had actually seen the gem before, but since I had to do something, I decided to gamble.
Das ist also eine Andeutung.
Right. And I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice, they would also understand that we're here to help.
Naja,
rather
wir
than
sind
to
immer
tolerate or
irgendwie
uphold
kriminell
the status
unterwegs
quo.
in einem.
You used
Flammen.
this as a part of your plan too.
Oder wolltest du, dass wir mitkommen?
My apologies. There was no time and quite a lot to explain, so I figured it might be easier to just let you see a few things for yourselves. But I can assure you that I've now told you everything there is to know.
Warum werden wir
Of course,
eigentlich
you're
dort
under no
angelogen? Und
obligation,
dann kommt irgendwann die
But I would really
Antwort.
appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me figure out the true secret behind the society. Would you be willing to lend me your support?
But Paimon's still mad at you.
Ich glaube, wir können bei dem Kampf
You
helfen.
have my thanks. Now, there are still two outstanding matters in our investigation. The first is the secret of the hats. I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item itself. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of anyone with actual knowledge of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture outside of their dark and murky pool. I'll put some music on while we wait.
Ich muss da kurz erwähnen, also ich bin ja eigentlich, sagen wir mal, nicht ganz hetero. Beziehungsweise ich stehe nicht wirklich auf Männer und finde Männer nicht attraktiv, aber Wriothesley hat was. Der Typ hat was. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich einfach nur geflasht bin von seinem Aussehen oder ob ich das wirklich attraktiv finde, aber er hat was. Nachdem ihr eine Weile in Wriothesleys Büro gewartet habt.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Please, do.
Wen haben wir denn da?
I apologize for my lack of composure. These two are the guests that came with you to our gathering place, correct?
Kennst du uns?
Yes, my lover Faisal told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace. He's in great danger right now.
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try. I think
Aber
I
das ist
should
der
start
Typ, den
from
wir
when you
den
saw Faisal
gut
last.
zurückgegeben haben?
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Yes, he fled immediately, but many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dugier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
Censure is Dugier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most. Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, please, just let me show it to you. Every secret may be found within...
Oh oh.
Ah, here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry. Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. You see, Avisa's mental state has been rather unstable ever since she arrived at the fortress. She rambles often, has hallucinations. It may be best to dismiss her babbling as random gibberish.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for Your Grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have followed all the rules of etiquette to the letter. So please forgive my discourtesy.
Like we'd believe you.
Ja, glaubst du, dass wir dir glauben würden?
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side with the poor sick girl, but I know His Grace to be a reasonable man.
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Fasal. I had no idea why he was so upset about losing his hat, really. Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses. We've brought him back to our place, so there's no need to worry.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I don't have anything more to say.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do all I can for you.
Mach es.
I've never seen that thing in my life.
Etwas mutiger Avis.
Your Grace, I don't think there's anything else she would like to say. Pressuring her will not get you anywhere.
Ich glaube, da hat er so ein
It's all right,
Stückchen
Avis.
recht.
As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified of. No matter what it is.
Okay, Leute. Mein Computer ist gerade abgestürzt. Jetzt ist die Webcam verloren, aber die Aufnahme war noch da zum Glück. Jetzt seht ihr wieder meine schöne Fresse. Und ja, wir machen weiter.
But why?
In that case, Avis and I will be off. Once again, please accept my apologies for disturbing your peaceful evening, Your Grace.
Miss Avis, please show me your head. That is an order. There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my words, but please believe me when I say you've nearly let your worries get to your head. The Society has never caused trouble for you or any of the guards of the fortress. We've spent all of our time working hard and trying to lead better lives. Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? What's wrong with the current state of affairs? I'll do anything for you, as long as you give me the word. Why are you so intent on getting rid of someone who's been unfalteringly loyal?
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the Fortress of Meripede. But Your Grace is welcome to visit us any time to confirm the true intent of our activities. All right, Avis. Let's head back.
Oh Gott, die Arme.
Just what's up with that guy? He makes Paimon really, really mad. We should have shown him his place.
Sooner or later, all will pay the price for their arrogance. Oh, he must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. All the more reason for us to be patient. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody. And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me.
Wir werden ihm das nicht durchgehen lassen.
The true secret of the society is neither on the hat nor on the members' heads. Dugier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why he didn't panic. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their secrets.
Yeah, none of this makes sense to Paimon either. What are they trying to hide?
Kopf von, aber Avis, aber was?
If there's nothing on her head, why did Avis feel the need to remove her hat?
Ja, gute Frage. Barré der Barré-Gesellschaft.
Hats are definitely being used to hide a secret. But there's nothing wrong with the hats themselves. From the way Dugier acted, he must have known from the beginning that we wouldn't be able to find any evidence.
Okay, dann haben wir nur noch hier eine Assoziation.
I can't seem to make a connection here.
Dann damit. Hinterlassene Haarsprache, Schlussfolgerung. Ja, okay. Gut.
I have an idea, but...
Ja, ich auch.
Huh? What is it? Tell Paimon about it!
Erwiesen haben wir Barré ab, nicht um ihren Kopf zu zeigen, sondern um ihre Haarspange zu entfernen.
You mean this thing? So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dugier noticing. That would mean that Avis didn't stay silent out of fear. She stayed silent because she'd already given us what we needed.
Kann gut
Let
sein.
me take a look.
Wriothesley bastelt eine Weile an der Haarspange herum.
I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical. It's hollow on the inside, and looks something like a cross between a nail and a thorn.
Nee. Okay, das sieht ein bisschen brutal aus.
Paimon's last again.
Let's see. What if we do this?
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark liquid is leaking out of the gem.
Okay.
And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
Im Inneren des Juwels ist eine Art Flüssigkeit.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity. With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly concentrated solution of fear.
Okay.
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant things.
Also mit dieser Flüssigkeit und diesem Dorn.
Dugier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain.
Ouch.
The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the terrors you've ever experienced in your life. Agony, desolation, and an overwhelming sense of despair. No wonder they're all so terrified of it.
No.
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
That might not even be all. Let's go get them right away. We can't let Dugier escape with all of the evidence.
Okay. Gut. Oh, die Lags sind aber jetzt ein bisschen weniger. Oh mein Gott, ich schlafe ja flüssig. Oh mein Gott, bin ich überbeleuchtet. Seitdem ich in Fontaine bin, läuft fast jede Aufnahme etwas schief. Und bei Welt ist nichts schief gelaufen, deswegen dachte ich mir, dass bei Wriothesley etwas schief läuft. Ja. Ich bin gegen meine Steckdose gekommen. Dann war sie aus. Dann war mein Computer aus. Dicke Scheiße. Meine Nase juckt schon wieder. Jetzt lag's wieder. Ich habe nichts gesagt. Liebe Barrés. Ich muss Nase putzen.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order. We decided to forestall their plan, and were just about to send the word when you unexpectedly arrived.
Great work, everyone.
You had prepared for something like this all along?
I had to stay here to keep an eye on things, so I'm glad that my intuition turned out to be correct. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all the members to me.
Understood, Your Grace.
Guten Tag, ich bin wieder da.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from here. Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
Der Dorn steckt noch auf dem Kopf. Warum haben sie den Dorn nicht
They
herausgezogen?
probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dugier's censure. These people must have had to endure an unimaginable amount of pain.
Hey.
Let's go check out the other areas too.
Setting scheint veraltet zu sein. Aber sie sehen brandneu aus. Es scheint als... In ihrer Betrachtung sind sogar die Falten nahezu identisch. Sie scheinen nicht durch natürliches Lesen entstanden zu sein.
Hey, come here. Have a look at this.
Ja, Paimon, was hast du gefunden?
This is a book that Paimon found in a box next to the bookshelf. Its contents are exactly the same as this book on the shelf.
Okay.
The colors of the covers are completely different, though, and the names of the authors also don't match up.
Die Bücher dienen also auch nur zur Schau.
Yeah, and they dared to claim that they wrote these too.
Ja, Paimon ist beleidigt. So, und dann noch bei Wriothesley. Wo ist Wriothesley? Da ist Wriothesley.
Look at what I found.
Was denn? Das ist...
This
eine
is a
Kamera.
surveillance port. With this, Dugier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening at the gathering place. So even if Dugier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes on the members.
Kein Wunder, dass sie solche Angst haben.
Indeed. It's easy to become lost and confused when you're given no instructions or any kind of script to follow. And if any action you take may be deemed a mistake. And perhaps it's better Dugier has already tamed them to his will.
Alter. An dieser Stelle finde ich das einfach nur krass.
Your Grace, Your Grace!
Yes.
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. All the signs of wear and tear are fake. The lime scale, the layers of dust, they were all deliberately added. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything. Their neighbors all say that they haven't returned home for ages.
Oh.
They're gone? That could only mean...
Der eigentliche Stützpunkt liegt woanders.
Indeed. As long as he allowed society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure, Dugier knew that he couldn't stop all of his members from speaking out. Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value as soon as a whistleblower sounds the alarm. So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate performance. The rest areas, the fancy equipment, even the members that we saw. And only the most docile and well-trained members were selected as his performers.
But then, where can we actually find him?
Let me
Lass uns
think.
riechen.
Dugier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard has never alerted me to anything of the sort, he must be in Dugier's pocket.
Dann werden wir diesen Wachmann finden.
I'm of the same mind. Let's go. You two, follow me.
Zum Produktionstrakt. Wir sind doch im der Produktion... 1, 2, 3. Der Produktionstrakt liegt da unten. Gehen wir mal zum Produktionstrakt. Alter, wie lange das immer dauert. Das weiß... Okay.
Did that person flee here?
That's the most likely scenario to me. He's probably already caught wind of Dugier's declaration of war against... Let's keep heading down. There are some abandoned areas in there. Since he needs space, I'd guess Dugier probably converted them into his headquarters. We should be on the right track. Now we just need to find that turncoat. Let's go. We can take this path. You guys take the other.
Okay. Dann würde ich mal sagen, dass wir die Folge jetzt hier beenden. Und dann sehen wir uns bei der nächsten Folge wieder. Dann würde ich mal sagen, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Und wir sehen uns bei der nächsten Folge wieder. Tschüssikowski.